Welcome, visionaries. This is your host, the INFJ Visionary. And the topic of today's broadcast, I guess, I always like to say nominally because who knows what I'm going to actually talk about. But the thing that keeps kind of coming to me intuitively is other people. So we'll talk about other people. And I find other people very interesting. I like to learn about other people. And I'm not an expert in the whole Myers-Briggs thing to the point where I can say, oh, that's an ENTJ or that's a whatever. But obviously, I think we archetypally, on an archetypal level, know each of the types very well. It's kind of like I make music, but I couldn't tell you what a D minor note is if I heard it, But I know D minor. I use it all the time. And I think that we're like that with people. Now, some of us, of course, can get very granular with it. As Carl Jung, the guy the INFJ that invented the whole system, the whole archetypal system, originally did, right? So we're good with other people. We're good at watching them. We're good at knowing what they're interested in, what they care about. And the dark side of INFJ is that if you were using those powers for dark purposes, then you could use that ability to manipulate people. And this is a lot of the reason why that, I won't say his name because I think it comes up as a flag on YouTube, but that guy that was in charge of Germany during World War II, a lot of people think he's an INFJ, which I don't personally, but he maybe. We have the INFJ as a popular villain type, when we go dark, we can use our abilities to manipulate other people. And our deep understanding of what motivates them. And I personally don't like to do that. I won't do it, really, unless maybe you're my boss or something and I have to get you off my back. Or I've been in sales positions where I could utilize that, but I prefer not to. I just like to let things go the way they go naturally and just basically enjoy people for the way they are and use my extroverted feeling abilities in a fairly subtle way to try and ease all the transitions. But on the other side of that, I realize that to most people, if they knew what I was inside, they would think I was incredibly strange. And so we've all experienced that. I'm sure, you're talking to somebody and you think, oh, this person could probably handle a bit of this and that. A lot of people can, and actually, you throw it out there, and when they take it and run with it, you go, oh, I got a compatible type here. We're going to have a great conversation. It doesn't necessarily mean they're an I predominant user, although I think certainly we will resonate with those people. But I don't not actually I'm not enough of an expert on this stuff to know all the types that we're super compatible with that way, conversation wise. But I think we can get on with almost anyone. We can find common ground. We're all in bodies. We all like some love, and we like some food, and we like some entertainments, and some of us like to actually do things, and then some people are very mechanical. Even I'm sure probably there's some INFJs out there that are mechanically oriented. I'm not. I don't think it would be a strong suit for us, but I'm sure there are. There's a place, getting back to the topic of other people, right? There's a place where we have such a deep interior knowledge of the archetypes which everybody is basically occupying to some degree or another. And of course, what a person is more than their type or their archetypes they're exhibiting. They're a conditional experience of consciousness, right? That has patterns. And this is the thing with the cognitive stack. When you know what someone's preferences are for how they're going to deal with reality, that tells you an incredibly huge amount of information about that person. And just getting back to music, I've made lots and lots and lots of music. I couldn't write music, but I use MIDI and I understand it. I understand what a key is and when I can move outside of it, but I couldn't tell you what I was playing by listening to it, and it doesn't matter because I can feel the music and I know what those notes are. There's only 7 of them, and they only go together in certain ways that sound good, or sometimes that sound a little weird or a little off. And people, yeah, I think we know people like I know music, or like I know art, or like some people know cooking, right? We give you a fridge with some things in it, you'll make a delicious meal, possibly, right? Hold on, I'm gonna have a sip of mead. Apollo's oracle likes mead. Okay, so other people. The other thing is, like, we can hide in our understanding of other people. We can pretend to be various types. And again, I think you can do that without knowing, oh, I'm impersonating an ENTP or whatever, or I'm impersonating an ENTJ. I'm not as up on these things as I probably should be, being an oracle, but I'm a certain type of oracle. Okay, I'm the type that has lived a long time using this preference for dealing with reality, trying to be a creative person, trying to make honest work, and trying to deeply understand the nature of reality. And so much of that is a matter of reconciling things. And you never know if you're 100% correct because of your natural bias, which is a byproduct of just having a perspective. You're the only person or I'm the only person, I should say. I shouldn't speak for you, but it's looking out of these eyes and using this voice, these ears, these aging ears. The only person that hears things the way I do, sees things the way I do. That's all creating a bias automatically. And then, of course, there's the place I came from and the people around me. And this is the last thing I want to bring up in this video, is like, I've touched on this before, but I think we, especially when we're younger, we're a bit unformed because we're just getting all this inflow of information from the abyss, and then the whole stream of feeling from everybody around us, and learning how to cope with things. And I think a lot of what accounts for personality, speaking strictly for myself, but maybe you can relate, is like, say we had a friend that talked a certain way, and we could say you might just kind of adopt that as part of your personality. That was back way back many episodes ago, many broadcasts ago, the hermit crab concept. But we can pick up bits and aspects of this. It's a good place to bring it up here because we're talking about other people, right? Yeah, we can see aspects of other people that we resonate with, that we know, oh, that's something I could project. That's something I can use as part of my personality. And every human being does this. I'm not saying INFJs are the only type that would do this, but in fact, as I've told you earlier in this broadcast and elsewhere, I'm not here to talk about other types other than to say, my wife's an INFP, and I get on great with all the other types in different ways, But anyway, that's it for this broadcast. Until I come back. Hopefully this was 3 days, sorry. But Try and make it every other day, but take good care. Stay out of trouble, INFJ.